we have to do everything to own our own narrative. What La République is doing is natural, because nobody would expect La République to sit and fold arms while we go out there trying to solicit for assistance for our cause. So that is why I said there are certain areas within this revolution where we have to agree to agree. There's nothing like let us agree not to disagree, because the narrative has to sit. Imagine the killings in Pening on the Dark Friday, the 25th of May. So every person going out there trying to talk about the atrocities against humanity, then imagine you go to talk to person X, you talk about Pening, you don't have your facts straight, you say those people were burnt, and then Comrade B comes to the same person, he said those people were poured in petrol. Comrade C comes and said they were drowned in the sea, and there is no sea in Pening. Yes, the only thing that would be similar is that people were killed, but the whole narrative got forward and nobody will understand us. And that comes also with how we interact within the social media, especially within Twitter and all that. Nowadays, all of a sudden, we have true stories being flooded with wrong images. So all our leaders, while within the conference, they should agree on having the narrative straight, having, if it is possible, to cross-check the narrative of each other. It is important each group can go to the same office, because it is important we pressurize the state departments, the civic societies that are relevant. It is not enough for me to write or Jojo to write. It is important for 100 and 1,000 Ambazonians to write their story of what is happening to those offices. Same offices, no problem. But one story, it should come at the end of the day that these stories are similar. I might have my own emotional touch and I describe my emotion during that process. Somebody describe facts, somebody describe the figures, but at the end of the day, those things should tally. So yes, having the right narrative is very, very important. And at times, I don't feel we have an issue with trying to put the cat in front of the horse, because we just feel the moment people go on Facebook and they have 3,000 likes and they have 3,000 followers, then they assume what they are doing is right. So they carry that narrative. If you should carry that narrative into another key meeting, then you see that there is something wrong, because within Facebook, we have what they call algorithm. If I should be active on Facebook, my followers might not necessarily be your followers, for example, because we do not tackle the things from the same perspective. So at the end of the day, if you should build your narrative from all those things that the impact you have within your own followers on Facebook, and then you forget how the global world thinks, then all of us are going to find ourselves into big trouble. So yes, having the right narrative and not be able to articulate it within a wider context. You remember at one point in time, I don't know what happened, then I said, is it that the majority is always right? I said no. Why we are suffering today is because more than 57 years, PM Kale and his group, they were right about us being able to be independent, safe as an independent state of Southern Cameroons. How many people voted for PM Kale? How many percent? Less than 1%. But 57 years down the lane, PM Kale's narrative was correct, because the others were looking for an easy way out. Ndele had his own narrative with his own opinion. Funchas group has their own narrative with their own opinion. But had it been the general Southern Cameroon's populace then had reflected to see how they had enjoyed that period of self-determination, of self-governance, for over a period of time, they would have gone with PM Khaled. So having the right narrative, but we should always remember the majority at any time must not always carry the vote, because if people can sit back and reflect, they are going to see that there are many things that we cannot adjust the effect just because few people are the ones fighting for it. So that's it. So I lay my case for now.
Thank you so much for the candidate, Jojo. Do you have anything to say about that? Because as online leaders or any leader of this revolution or any people in this country, how should they say our case, the international community, or see what our case, and how wide they put our case, so that how people they really do it. Thank you so much.
That's a very, very, very crucial question, because the way we sell our case will determine the outcome of this revolution. But before I get into that, I want my advice to the leader as they are getting geared towards organizing this collaborative conference, I would say under no circumstances whatsoever, even if they have to meet, even if their meeting places at the Vatican with the toughest security in this world, they should never, never, never converge in one place. Never again. They should never converge in one place. We are living in a technological world where people can sit anywhere and organize conferences. Our advice that if they want to organize conferences, they should organize a virtual environment, not because we don't want to see what happened in Nigeria repeat itself. Because we might be in America, or Canada, or wherever, and we think that it's secure. But the experience I have got since this revolution started has made me not to trust anybody. Because if the world was what it preached or what it's supposed to do, we wouldn't be in the situation in which we are today. Because the amount of atrocities, the amount of wickedness that I've seen be perpetrated on the people of Amba land is beyond my imagination. So I would advise them, first of all, never to converge in a single room, all of them. So with regards to branding our case, sometimes we are really joking because our republic is not sleeping. Like Comrade Bernadette said it, they are hired PR firms, public relations firms. These are experts. They know how to knock doors. They know how to build bridges. They know how to make alliances. They know how to communicate. They know how to twist stories. So we should not sit here and be contented that the world knows exactly what is happening in Cameroon and in Amba land, and they are not doing anything about it. To be honest, you'll be shocked that some people, especially at the top places, those who really matter, they don't know what is happening. Why? One of the reasons why is because the Republic is working tirelessly with its own narrative. They have PR, they're hiring firms, they have the money to do that. And we should be able to do that as well. We should hire, if we can't hire a very, very expensive firm, we should be able to at least hire a firm. There are some people who can stand up and talk to leaders of the world and they will listen. But if we go there and talk to them, they will not listen. And I want us to also focus, because I don't like it. These days, when I go out and they ask me that, where do you come from? I say, I come from Amba land or Ambazonia. They'll ask me that, where is that? I don't want to be explaining. And why are we explaining up to this time? Until last time I explained to a Nigerian. I told the Nigerian that I was from Amba land and say, where is Amba land? And I asked you that way. I asked him, where are you from? And he said, Nigeria. I say, you are from Nigeria, I don't understand Amba land. And I start to explain to him why. I'm just saying this to say that we don't brand ourselves enough. 2 years within this revolution, we should have been able to sell ourselves to the entire world. Everybody must have heard this name somewhere. Through our flags, our badges, everything, on our car, everything, we need to sell ourselves aggressively. We need to hire ex to do that. Where has Holy Folk Firm gone to? Nobody is talking about that. But this is a firm that we, the people of Ambala, invested too much money on. These are the people that would have been doing such selling, such branding for us, such a public relation presentation on our case, to defend our case. Because these are people that can knock doors. They know how to communicate. They know how to create contact. They know how to make connection. They know all those things. But why are we not doing this? And why are we not doing this? Because we spend time sidelining people who can bring up ideas, people who can sit together and talk and say, okay, we don't have money, but we can do this. And again, selling our case does not necessarily mean that you go to, say, Rwanda, for instance, and you seek to speak to Kigami. No, you can go to a local town, you talk to the local parliamentarian. The local parliamentarian knows somebody up there, who knows somebody up there, who knows Kigami, who knows Paul Kigami, who can go up there with our story and talk. We should be gathering pictures. We should be gathering facts. We should stop posting fake pictures. And if we gather all these things and with all our, then we should prepare. And we should prepare. These are some of the things that the IG should be doing. Assign people to do things like this. Sell our case. Gather pictures. There are lots and lots of evidence. We can't manufacture evidence. And that is why we should not be fabricating evidence. We should not be picking pictures from anywhere, old pictures, and sending it onto groups. We should investigate pictures and say, this is what is happening to our people. Like the villages. We can easily get pictures of those villages. We are seeing them on our sites. We should get them. Then try as much as possible to contact people on the ground. Get more information about those pictures. Put all those things together. Prepare our presentations. Go to countries. Let's begin with African countries. Then those who are in America, we should make good use of our human resources in every part of the world. Those here in the UK, those in Canada, those in America, those in Africa. Send our cases to the local parliamentarians, to their local councillors. Councillors, they will take these matters up. Even through my church, I've come to have contact with my local MP. These are the things that we can do that actually people that you can meet with, you talk to them face to face. Because everything that we are doing in La Republic is monitoring. As we spend our time attacking each other, fighting each other, La Republic is spending time being alliance and higher population to counteract everything that we are doing. And so we should be very, very aggressive. And we have the numbers more than them. And we have passion more than them. All they are fighting for to maintain their position. And there's a difference between someone who is fighting for something and someone who is fighting for something that he believes. They are fighting not because they believe in what they are fighting. They are fighting because they want to preserve their life. If somebody is fighting for an ideology or something that they believe in, they fight it with a different form of passion. And that passion can be taken out there to serve our case. I don't want to go out next time and say I'm from Ambazonia and somebody asks me where's Ambazonia. Everybody must know where Ambazonia is. I don't want to associate it with Cameroon because the name Cameroon stinks. So, and all this, we can only achieve all this if we accept collaborate. There are some people with different abilities that we can tap into. They're just because these people have been sidelined. There are people, some individuals who can really, really work, but because they have been sidelined, they can't work alone. Some people can work alone. What we are doing requires teamwork, requires collaboration. You can't do it alone. Nobody can do it alone. So that is why everybody should be brought on board. Like you said earlier, that your mother used to tell you that even a mad person has something to say. There was this mad person who was just, I watched this mad person on one of the social media the other day. He has a very great audience. Because what he was saying was appealing to the people. He was saying making a lot of sense. So don't just silence people just because you feel, and don't work with people, only with people that you feel comfortable working with. That is why I like Sisiko Ayokabe. You see, the interim government is what it is today because he was able to stretch his hands out to everybody, not only those he was comfortable of working with. If he was stretching hands only that he knew, those associates, those he was comfortable working with. There are many people who are in this interim government who won't be there. And so we need to go with that spirit. Before he was adopted, there were so many things that he's put in place. My expectation was that after we have mourned his adoption, we'll just continue to pursue some of the things that he was doing. Before his adoption, he said the year 2018, I remember very well, will be a year of recognition. And he couldn't have said that without having put things in place to ensure that this recognition starts happening. Where are all these initiatives gone to? They have just disappeared into the thin air. Why? Because we are not collaborating. Why? Because we are not working together. Why? Because we do not have a PR to sell our case. Because we have resources out there, but we don't make good use of them. That's why I believe what Lumumba said the other time. It is really, 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 really disappointing that people who have power have no ideas, and people who have no ideas, people who have ideas do not have the power, and the populace inclination towards those who do not have a clue about anything is amazing. We should start tapping into the resources that we have if we have to move forward with this situation.
Thank you, Comrade Jojo. Yeah, Benedict, do you have something to say and a closing word for the Ambazonian people? Thank you so much.
No, thanks, Dora. Thanks for having me here today. Since your topic today was on unity, and I just want to support what Jojo just said, because it is for me. I always believe in positive attribute. I always work with people from the standpoint of what they can do best. Because the moment I go out and I'm looking for what people cannot do, then you waste too much energy. But if I should identify, when I work with people that work with me, they know I like working in team, because I always feel like you have your own positive things. All of us have negative things, but it is always important. Go from somebody's position of strength. If I know one of my team members knows how to talk well, and he cares less about writing, it will be wrong for me to ask him to write something. But knowing well that if somebody else whose skills are writing will write, that person will present it well, and then that is how we function. And the other thing is, what we always fail to understand is not everybody was given the virtue to think, to strategize. Some people believe in efficiency, and in order to be efficient, you have to be able to understand certain processes. So if we cannot actually tailor ourselves to say, within us, we have people that are compass readers, but we have only one compass. You might think, oh, it is just a compass. Then you say, okay, let me kill this compass leader today, this compass holder today, forgetting that before killing and dumping him in the bush, he had the compass with him. Now you feel everybody can read a compass. You go and look for another compass and give somebody else. But that compass has not yet been made as such that it is not perfect. So at the end of the day, you take the wrong compass and give to somebody, instead of showing north, it is showing south. So actually, the north that person is following is the original south. But so we are moving the wrong direction, but we are moving. And every time we are doing something that is wrong, you go so fast, you will not imagine. So in order for us to do that, to do things correctly, we need unity, But the unity has to be something that I identify and accept that this room is big enough to contain all of us. Boya is big enough to contain all of us. I should know that team A, within that team, this is what they can do best. And I say, okay, you are going to lead this one, this mission. I am going to lead this other mission. At the end of the day, if we can understand who can take care of our issues well, we have 100 million of issues. That's why I say, I don't fight people about not doing this or doing that. If somebody tells me, you don't need to bother yourself with that, I'll take care of, I'll say, good and fine. I'll take care of something else. So, but the problem within us for the past months is we have exhausted too much resources. So now you see that people support the struggle more in rhetorics. So what I'm wishing for the conference, the upcoming conferences, is that people should go back to what we actually need, resources. So people should support the struggle more with resources. You have all types of resources. You have financial resource, you have intellectual resource, you have time, you have just even this emotional. There are certain people that they can call back home and people will feel happy. There are certain people that they can take time off from work to go to places. There are certain people that they have no time, but they can have the financial potential. So what we have to do, each and every one of us Ambazonians should support the struggle towards unity with resources and not rhetorics. It's not the amount of boom words that we are going to pour out there that is going to change anything. Because La République is not having boom words. They have their boom men doing things that are horrible. So unity is important, but wrong form of unity is certainly dangerous. Let me remember another one story to conclude, Dora. You remember, I've forgotten, at times we read and then we forget certain things. There's this story of the two blind men. They accepted together that being blind on this planet Earth is useless. How can you live a life without seeing anything? What did they accept? Let us all go to the sea and get ourselves drowned. They were unified in their purpose. But were they trustworthy? Because everybody, while going down to the stream, one took a lump of stone, the other one took a lump of wood. He went and threw that stone in the sea, the other threw the lump of wood, thinking that we were unified to go and drown. Now, A is foolish to go and drown. I will not be the one who is so stupid. Even though I'm not seeing, I can smell, I can taste, I can feel music, I can hear. So I care less about the eyes. Let him go and die alone. But they accepted to go and die. So unity is always good, but be sure, trust, respect, tolerance is part of the mix that will make the unity something that will be sustainable and is going to drive us to where we want to go to. Certainly not to go and drown or not to. So I don't want to add more stories, but I lay my case for now. I hope the story was explicit enough.
Thank you so much, Comrade Benedict. It was good to have you on board. Comrade Jojo, what is your take-home message to our viewers out there? Because we have just like 6 minutes. Thank you.
Very important. The topic of the week or the month or throughout this revolution is about unity. And unity cannot come without tolerance and respect and even love to an extent. And even if you don't like me, I don't care. I'm not here for popularity contest or anybody to like me. I'm in a war situation. I will fight the war and we'll get to where we can do whatever thing that we want to do there. So there are certain things that we need to start practicing. We need to be tolerant and we need to practice and we need to preach and practice unity. We don't want to pay lipstick services to unity. We preach unity, we do things that to divide us even further. So that is my take. Then I also want to continue to urge people, because the only way through which we can sustain this revolution, especially now, we can do this revolution in different ways. Ground zero, we all agree that ground zero must continue to be burning. So we need to fund the revolution. Fund the revolution. If you've never funded the revolution, fund it. Any amount of money that you give will be helpful. The channel, I don't care about the channel. I don't care where you give it to, so long as you trust a person, give the money so that we keep on getting results from ground zero. We need to defend our people. We don't want our people to keep on dying. Just like you said, we don't want to get to Boya to see graves. No, we want to get to Boya and meet people. We are fighting because of people. We are not fighting for anything. We want to get to Boya and see people. So please respect each other, be tolerant to each other. You don't need to insult each other. If you insult each other, it means you don't have anything to offer. You don't have anything to offer, and to find a place and stay there. You don't have anything whatsoever to offer. We don't need those type of people in this revolution. You don't have anything to offer, just find your place and sit down. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You don't have any pressure whatsoever to comment on anything that somebody said. If you don't agree with it, you are not forced to listen to anybody. If you think you can't be tolerant, just find your place and sit there. We don't need people who are so aggressive, who are rude, who are intolerant, who think that without them, no other thing can exist. Only their ideas matter. No, we don't like those type of people. That is why we are fleeing away from La Republic. We cannot flee away from La Republic and come and create La Republic annex, which is even worse than the La Republic we are fleeing from. Thank you very much for inviting me again today.
Thank you so much, Comrade Jojo. We have come to the end of our show. It was a pleasure for me to have you, comrade. Let us keep the fire burning. I don't want to say much because the lines are not very good, very, very horrible lines. Probably the weather, the thunderstorm, the weather, or whatever, I don't know about that, but I think I'm going to sort that out. Thank you so much, dear viewers, and able to share. Please let us stand up and contribute financially to the resolution. Money answered questions. Money is a weapon. It's a space. We need money for the granules. It is an undeniable fact. It is an indisputable fact. We need money. Thank you, fellow Ambazonians. Give something that will preserve the life of people. Give something that will preserve the life of our people back at ground zero. Thank you so much. Make your donations to whatever you believe. If you believe in the interim government, make your donations to my prayer, to ambagov.org. If you believe in whatever you want to give them directly to ground zero, please do it. If you want to do some contributions for our refugees, our mothers, Nigeria, please don't hesitate. Please, we welcome that. Even talk to some of your friends who are not Ambazonians about our refugees. That is humanity. The essence of this revolution is to preserve a people, regain a statehood, restore a statehood, preserve humanity, preserve posterity of Ambazonia. Thank you so much, and have a nice evening, and hope to see you people next weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. Thanks.
SCBC stands for the Southern Cameroons Broadcasting Corporation. Our roots are in the Ambazonian highlands and coastal plains, but our canopy covers the whole world. SCBC is growing and expanding to meet the increasing demands of our services. At SCBC, we are excited about these developments. We want to share the good news and open up opportunities for partnerships with our public as we prepare to meet these demands and share the rewards of our success. SCBC is a multinational broadcaster. Our satellite footprint at the moment covers the entire sub-Saharan Africa, from Dakar to Nairobi and from Cape Town to Khartoum. As a modern broadcaster, SCBC's reach is worldwide on multimedia platforms and in high definition. It has only been a year since our creation, and we have already been noted in worldwide news coverage as a major player in the revolution taking place in the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. Imagine where we would be in the next few years. Africa is the home we want to own and dominate, and the rest of the world is the playground we want to be a major player in. We have confidence in our vision, our technology, and creative content to reach our goals much sooner than can be speculated